Hi you guys, it's Dara, and I'm dressed like this because I was out in the courtyard and it was chilly and I came in to make a tonic, and then I realized I didn't have oat milk, and then I realized that you guys wanted to see how I make oat milk in my almond cow. So this machine, I really debated whether to get it or not, because for 10 years I made almond milk I didn't make oat milk. I made almond or nut or seed milk in my Vitamix, and then I would strain it with a nut milk bag, and it's a process. It's a doable process, but I finally decided to get this, and I love, oh, you're getting your greens on, yay! I have greens every morning, every afternoon, and every evening. It's so important. So basically, you fill it up. I fill this up with spring water to the minimum amount, and then they give you this little carafe, and in this carafe up to the line, it shows you where to about here. I put oats and, let's see, oh, my tripod. So yeah, okay, so you could see I have oats, and I buy a big bag of oats in bulk, and it's so inexpensive to make, so I just fill it up. It's like a cup of ingredients. So I'll use some oats, and then I use maybe some cashews or a couple macadamia nuts. And I put in a date or two. And then the really cool thing is that you're left over with this pulp that you can eat for breakfast. It's like a porridge. I put in a little bit of Himalayan salt, and I'll put in some dates. And then you could use, I do a combo of like cashew oat, macadamia oat. Sometimes I do almond oat, sometimes I just do almond milk, but then you have to soak the almonds. So oat milk is the easiest thing to do, and it's the easiest and the cheapest and easy to digest. But seeds are good too. I could put sunflower seeds in here. So I have 2 dates, a couple pinches of salt, a little bit of macadamia nuts and oats, and it's filled to the line. So then you put, this is the part that's a little bit tricky. It's not tricky, but you just kind of have to put it in and then close it, which the closing is this way. It's marked on the canister. You want to make sure you close it. Am I doing it the wrong? I was doing it the wrong way. Okay, now it's closed, and I filled this. You can't see, but up to the line, the minimum line. And my trick for this is I press the button, and in like 45 seconds, the milk is done. But then I press it again because I like it super creamy. And then we're gonna plug it in, and then if you want to make it good to froth, my oat milk doesn't come out slimy when I do it this way. I know that's an issue, I think, if you make it in the blender with a nut milk bag. And they give you this little plastic thing when you take this out, so you have a drip catcher. So we'll plug it in. And then all we do is press the button. It's loud. Close your ears. It's chilly. Hold on. Coming. Okay, so it goes twice on its own, and then I press it again usually. Hi, you guys. I hope you're all doing well. We're doing home improvement in the courtyard. Yesterday was such a big cooking day. I made gluten-free roti for the first time. I made dal and rice and spinach, and by the time I was cleaned up last night, I was like, oh, I'm glad I have leftovers. But I want to make a tonic, and I love steaming fresh oat milk in my Compresso frother. So there you have it. It's done, and I could press it again. So Okay, so let's unplug it. I didn't do it twice. Let's see how it looks when I only do it once. Let's see how thick and creamy it is. So we use the drip catcher. I'm doing almond oat milk, oat macadamia nut milk in the almond cow. Hi, Ani, honey. So look, it's perfectly creamy and gorgeous. I didn't have to press it twice. Ta-da! And the rest in here I'll use for the tonic I'm about to make. I'm gonna make a chaga astragalus tonic. And so this is gonna be a little sweet, a little salty. I could add vanilla. So how easy is that? And then everything rinses so quickly and easily. So it's a lot, to me, a lot more sanitary than like squeezing the nut milk bag and then having to clean out the bag. This is just an easier situation. And the pulp, the difference is the pulp, when you squeeze it in a nut milk bag, you can get it really dry. This pulp tends to be a little moister, but I don't waste it. It gets used for like an oatmeal porridge in the morning. So I put it in a glass container, stick it in the fridge, and then I can heat it up in the morning. So I'm cold. I was out in the courtyard and I went to make Patrick and we meet in the courtyard because we're quarantined into different apartments. So we meet in the courtyard and I said, I'm gonna go make a tonic for you. And that's what I'm doing. So that's why my coat is still on. And it is cold here. We're having a cold front. So I have a little bit of tonic in here. Then I'm just gonna add some cacao, some dandy blend. He likes the traditional tonics. I asked him if he wanted a matcha tonic, and it's gonna be, Herbie's fantastic. I brought him an Indian, look how funny I look. Isn't that funny? I brought him an Indian meal last night, and he is staying 5 feet away from me. Okay, cacao. And you know what I want to do is I want to heat the oat milk in my frother. And I have some old tonic in here that I'm going to pour it in here. Oops. I make such a mess during the day. I'm like Messy Marvin. So we're gonna heat up. Herbie's fantastic. I'm sure he's a little bored, but he has 2 caretakers. Okay, we're gonna froth this. Sometimes if you add a little bit of oil to, let's say you blended this with a little bit of coconut oil, it might froth better, but I think it should be fine. Herbie's 92 at home, but he has this woman, Arlene, during the week, and then Victoria, who's with him on the weekend during the day. So they make him food, clean his apartment. He's very happy. Herbie is happy and not lonely. We FaceTime every day, and he's good. So, tonic. So I put cacao, a pinch of salt. We'll have some dandy blend. You can't go wrong with a traditional classic. This is a classic Dara tonic. It's a crowd pleaser every single time, no matter what herbs I intuit and put in. I like to put pearl in lately because I think we need the strength. I definitely want to put shilajit in because we want grounding and mineralizing in case we're not getting enough vegetables, and even the vegetables we do get may not have enough minerals. Huge fan of shilajit, huge fan of reishi. It's great for the heart. It calms the spirit. We want to be calm in these times. I'm like super happy. Once in a while I pick up on the energy that's going around, but for the most part I'm in a magic bubble. I know that the earth is so happy, so I'm happy for her. And then everybody who's suffering, I feel really bad, but there's a lot of people who are enjoying this time, and there's a lot of people who are scared, but in the end, I believe it's all gonna work out. We're gonna put a little honeys. All right, hot water. A tonic a day keeps the blues away. Is everybody busy? Is everybody bored? Do you know it's been 20 days since I've been home? I unplugged on March 5th before anybody, kind of a week too early. And then I just needed it. I was like, I am unplugging. I felt it come early, as I do many astrological events. And then I only went to Erewhon in that time twice in 20 days, and Groundworks Coffee 3 times. So I've only been into public places 5 times in 20 days. So Patrick had been all over traveling, and out of kindness to me, and just to make sure he was okay before I commune with him closer than 5 feet, we keep our distance, which is so weird. But there's all different kinds of scenarios, right? Like all of a sudden somebody who's alone a lot could all of a sudden have their partner with them a lot, and that could be uncomfortable. Or it could be joyful because you get to have time together. Or you're used to having time alone and all of a sudden your entire family's there and your whole life is different and probably challenging. Or you're alone and you might feel lonely. Or there's so many different scenarios that could have really good points about it and really hard points. So for the most part, I am super content and happy. Every once in a while, I'll pick up on somebody else's anxiety. I know that everything's going to be okay. And every time something weird happens in my life, I have this unerring faith because I have my Imamcelli in my natal chart is Sagittarius, so I have this unerring kind of like faith that everything's going to be okay no matter what. In my hardest times in life, in now, in any time, I just know that. So that is the deal over here. Sometimes I think somebody could think I'm in denial, but then, you know, why not be in the present moment and be happy now? There's plenty to be stressed about when things happen in the moment that you could be stressed about. But if you're worrying about the future, we're not in the moment. So if you want positivity, this is the place to come to. This is not the news. This is not the scare tactic. It didn't froth a lot, but I don't care. It's hot and beautiful, and I'm gonna go bring this, and we're gonna make, we're doing things like he's taking the fire extinguisher that someone put up on my beautiful stucco wall. We're making the back courtyard look pretty. It's almost like moving energy that got stuck a couple years ago when the city started coming down on me about my house and not permitting certain things. So now it's like a redo of energy here, and it's taking the opportunity to take this time to make things better, whatever you can. Oh yeah, that is good. It is not so chocolatey though. I kind of want it more chocolatey. I am making such a mess, and then I have to clean it up. Yeah, he's fine. He's not worried about getting it. I am like the safest person. You feel weird? Why? Wait, I was sitting out in the courtyard and now I'm inside and it's not cold inside, but I was out in the courtyard because we're doing improvement, so I was cold. And oh Lord, I am making the biggest, fattest mess, but I didn't want to stop. I just got, the reason I turned on the camera while I'm dressed like this is because I wanted to show you guys how to make the, someone asked me, will you show how to use the almond cow? So that's why I turned on the camera even though I'm dressed ridiculously for inside. The rainbow colors, I have my hanging crystals. Thank you for noticing, they're everywhere. And in the morning when I raise the blinds, they move the crystals and it just goes crazy. All right, let's blend again. Sometimes I never get sick of cooking. I never get sick of making tonics. I get sick of my mess, but then I don't clean up until I'm in the mindset and I do it with love. Like it's this act of love to clean up the kitchen, mostly to get ready for my next creative act. So here we go. It's gorgeous now, I can tell. I added some monk fruit and I added a little cacao. And sometimes I put a little pinch of salt on top. It's like a sprinkle of love dust. So I'm gonna go back outside. What's the comments? You're drinking wine too? Well, if that's what you want to do. I haven't had any alcohol No, I'm not unwell. I'm so super healthy. It's just knock on Korean or whatever this is. So yeah, no, I am dressed like this because I was outside. I ran in to make a tonic. Now, of course, I have to heat it up. Wouldn't you go figure that it needs to, it's kind of hot, kind of not. I think it's good enough. I usually like them really hot. In any case, I am well, even if I look a little crazy. So big hugs, everybody, and I will see you super soon. I'm gonna show you how to make the gluten-free roti. Did I do that? I think I did that yesterday. I can do it again. You're in Florida, so this must look really funny to you. It got really cold here. It's gonna warm up next week. So cheers, my loves. Get your tonics on. Definitely get your greens on. And apples. And all that jazz. I'll see you soon. Bye. I'm the queen of health. I'm the queen of quarantine. I do pretty quarantining. See you soon.